Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Karma. I'm Lucy, and right now I am sat with the president of Internews, Jeanne Bourgault. Jeanne, great to have you here.
Thank you, good to be here.
So Jeanne, let's start off by you telling us how the platform works at Internews and the sort of mission that you have there.
Sure. Internews is a nonprofit organization, and we're dedicated to empowering local media all around the world, mostly in countries that don't have vibrant media and information landscapes. Despite our name, we are not a news organization. We're really about capacity building for our local partners. We do this work because we really believe that everyone everywhere deserves to have access to good quality local information that helps them make good decisions for their families, participate in their communities, and hold their governments accountable.
How do you go about sourcing the partners that you work with? Because you have these hubs all over the world.
We have projects in, currently, we've worked historically in over 100 countries around the world. We have projects right now in about 70 countries around the world, ranging from places like South Sudan, Burma, Ukraine, Afghanistan are some of our biggest programs in the world. So every place is a little bit different. Every place the information needs are quite different. In certain places like South Sudan or Afghanistan, when we went into those countries, they literally had almost no media at all. And so we found people that were enthusiastic about the idea of having their own media, were willing to help work with their community to start a community radio station, and we help them design and figure out how to build a station and train their journalists and their station managers on how to manage a news outlet for their community. But all of our partners are community owned, community run. We have no editorial control over what they produce. It just has to be rooted in their community.
Now, you've built the platform on 4 different components. So share with us those components, because I think it will help viewers understand the model of Internews better as well.
We think that media and information is most powerful for individuals if you have good quality content, like what you're producing here. That's the core, obviously. But also, obviously, need access. I mean, everybody needs to have access in the entire community. Likewise, that needs to be inclusive access. And so in many countries in which we work, it's difficult for women or minorities to get access to news and information. We really try to fight to make sure that they're included in that. And finally, we think media and information is most powerful when it's a two-way conversation, when you can engage with your media, when you have conversations and people have the ability to register. So we love social media, we love text messaging, ways to engage a community in the creation of their own content.
Now, on your website, there was a statistic that said that 73% of women have reported some form of online abuse. What does that mean, and why is that important for Internews?
Going back to that inclusion issue, we find all over the world that women tend to be disenfranchised from media and information. I know it's a little hard for us to believe sitting here, but in fact, in many countries of the world, women have sometimes no access to media. We really believe the power of online spaces, the internet itself, and social media to be an incredibly powerful tool for women, and so it's terrible when they go onto those spaces and then they face online harassment. Online harassment against women is a problem in every country in which we work, including this country, but in some of the countries where we work, it becomes very, very dangerous. And in Pakistan, for example, online harassment can quickly lead to offline physical violence. So we see women and girls fleeing the online spaces and all the opportunities that are afforded there because of these dangers. So everything that we can do to fight online harassment and empower women and girls to access media is a big priority for us.
What are some of the results that you've seen from the way that Internews works and the way that you've been able to support these different communities around the world?
One of the case studies that we love to promote is Afghanistan, and I know there's not a lot of amazing good news stories from Afghanistan, but the news in Afghanistan is one of those good news stories. We've been able to help partners build an entire network of community-owned, community-run radio stations that reach every province, all 34 provinces in the country. We helped the journalism schools with journalism departments, advocated for better information and telecommunications policies. So the media sector in Afghanistan is actually one of the most vibrant in South Asia, and the good news really is that the local media in Afghanistan is the second most trusted public institution in the country. So they're really serving the needs of their communities.
Now, we hear this term fake news more and more often now. How has that affected you and what your organization does?
But when we think about fake news, there's an entire spectrum. There's things from misinformation and rumors to deliberate disinformation and fake news to propaganda to hate speech and even incitement of violence. And so in the countries that we work, we see that entire span of what I would call sort of corruptive media or polluted media out there. It really has exploded because of the explosion of social media, so all of these things are a lot easier to happen and a lot more dangerous in the countries in which we work. It's nicely given more focus to our mission that people understand the importance of good quality news. Our number one strategy at combating it is to build local quality news, trusted news in these communities. We recognize that there isn't a technological solution. It really is about that long-term investment in building quality news.
And what I think is really vital and important is the fact that you're helping strengthen these voices around the world rather than being a voice for them. And I want to know how has technology kind of changed the way that you've been able to share their stories?
Right. Certain technologies open, limitless possibilities. We've always been, I'll call it technology neutral. We work with any media. We don't care what platform it's on as long as it's reaching people. Mm-hmm. We find in many parts of the world that radio continues to be one of the most important media because of literacy issues and cost issues. It's a very cheap and very inclusive media. But certainly with mobile phones transforming everything, we expect in the not too distant future they will be the main source of news and information both for production and for sharing in the world. And so we're really helping our partners move to the mobile space.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jeanne, for joining us. How can people find out more about Internews?
Internews, www.internews.org. Please come and visit us.
Excellent.
Thank you,
Jeanne.
Thanks so much.
And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned because there is a little bit more coming live here at Concordia. I'm Lucy and you're watching Karma.